Hello again, traders. Right, this video is about dashboards and really just a nudge to Twitter users that don't bother to watch my videos regularly. You know, I've got nearly between 6,000 and 7,000 followers, and a video's been up there 36 hours now, and it's had I don't know, 60 odd views, and this isn't a go at the people that watch them religiously. I really appreciate you doing that, but to the lazy people that don't bother, they missed out on an absolute ton, 100% hit rate with about 7 or 8 different big weekly candles. More fool them. Anyway, using dashboards, I've set up a load of dashboards now. I am really quite a lazy trader. You know, I'm used to doing 3 CRs. I've added the RSIhisto. I now like the TMA slope, as we've talked about, and I want to minimise my screen time as much as possible. So the dashboards become really useful because they enable you to quickly see what trades are in the right confirmation, as it were, in the right order, like this CAD yen. Easy to see that you know, we've got an up move going on. We're set to 13. If I'd set this to 8, all of this would have been full, but I prefer to use the longer term settings as a rule, except when I'm really low down scalping, low time frame scalping, because then it keeps you in the direction. You can easily see what the major trends are. So that's the dashboard I'm currently on and off of my charts on here, on the actual charts. Now the main dashboard, the major dashboard if you like, I've literally just finished this morning, and I'll explain what this is, and I'll show the different names of them in a moment. So this one I use now for my overextended range. It's a really quick way just to have a look at these. If it's S3, I know I'm overextended on the high side, or even S4 this one shows. Same for R3 and R4. If I'm near the pivots, then and it coincides with something over here as a strong move, then trend wise, as it were, you know, four green here that are perhaps near a pivot means we're just crossing the pivot potentially and looking for a big move. Pivots are really important, and where you are in relation to them. So very easy to have a look at DXY. So now I can see in relation, I haven't talked about this yet, but this is Bollinger Bands, and this has come about as an additional dashboard because I was looking for, CAD yen, has that hit profit, or has it just stopped itself out? Stopped out. So yeah, back to the dashboards. Bollinger Bands. Now the Bollinger Bands, I've set myself up a Bollinger template as well, and I was trying to find a way of looking at the best way to find price in relation to the 34 and the 89 EMA. And if I put Bollingers on here, you'll see what I mean. Insert indicators trend. Oh, there it is there, Bollingers actually. There. So Bollingers, the buy zone is about here, and then we've got above and below the central area, and then the sell zone is down here. So much the same as we've got our 34 zone, if you like, the high, low and close. The Bollingers actually give us a better idea when we're here. You know, when the Bollingers are telling us, let's have a look at a good example. Let's have a look. This one's really looking powerful, and these are set to, I'll double check that, should have checked it before. I think it's set to H4, H1, that's how I like it. H4, H1, 15 minute. So we're in the buy zone here for H4, H1, and because we've got this sky blue colour here, it means we're absolutely going for it hell for leather. In other words, it's just literally changed. So that's Euro USD. So if we then look at the Euro USD RSI, if this was 8, this would all be green. So that's good. So let's go and have a look at Euro USD on the charts. We could also look at this, although that's wasting time, but yeah, it's up by R2, so we're in a strong uptrend. So I can see all of that by looking at my dashboard. We know we're in an uptrend because we're in the buy zones on the Bollingers. We know we're moving up away from the pivot because we're up by R2, and we've got nice momentum on this as well. So let me have a look at Euro USD. In your own time. Here we go, lovely uptrend, lovely push up, 2B reversal to the upside, a clear target there. So this would be potentially quite good for a scalp. We're on the 15-minute chart. So if I was on the 5-minute chart now, I'd be wanting to see the rsihisto doing its stuff. And this is where the TMA slope also comes into its own, because I don't want to be even considering entering that until this is green as well. So what we have here now is we have found a chart that is at an optimum stage on 3CRs. That has told us that, you know, we know because we're high up on the Bollingers, we must have had a 3CR on potentially on the higher time frames. We know the RSI is in our favour, so the RSI will be in the right configuration on the histo. So, you know, we've eliminated tons and tons of stuff by looking at the dashboard. We have a 2B reversal going on here as well. Literally, so all I've got to wait for now is this trigger. It's not the perfect time of day now, but because it is now 9:30 in the morning. But you can see where I'm coming from with these dashboards. So let's have a look at another example. See whether we've got anything. My first port of call is the Bollingers, because I know if I'm looking at 3 buy zones, I'm in a really, really strong position. Then if I've got this configuration, I'm really, really getting ready to hit the trigger. So let's have a look at the opposite way, sell zones. It's bright pink so these are all new sell zones on GB Chuff. This is one I haven't looked at, even come onto my radar. So GBP Chuff, yeah, it's looking bearish. You could also look at this one on here. This is a very, very old and very sort of vague indicator. And what's GB Chuff showing on here? S1. So we're in we've moved away from the pivot. Although having said that, it's just popping around. Oh, so it wasn't S1, I do apologise. It's near the pivot. So GB Chuff, let's double check I've got that right. I'm not rushing. Sell zone. GB Chuff. Yeah, well, let's have a look at it anyway, because it's not, it's not right in my opinion here. So we'll go and see what it actually is telling us. That's the Swissy Chuff, by the way. Yeah, it's in a downtrend. We're below the daily pivot. The S1 pivot is down here. So now we can look at the range, 90 pips, 56. Yeah, I mean, this is looking good to the downside, to be honest with you. The rsihisto has confirmed we are down as well. Huge monster move up, as it were. Nice push down. That's on an M5 chart, so let's have a look at M15. M15, yeah, nothing overly exciting. We've tested this supply zone, demand zone here, support, and it's bouncing off. So that one I would not be interested, because remember, it's also important, you want to be entering here just after the dragon, not after you've found demand, found buyers. So that's a bad one, which was confirmed really by the dashboard. So let's have another look at another one. Sorry, I'm digressing here. So I can flip between all of these for interesting. GB CAD, yeah, let's have a look at that. Strong down. GB CAD, we can look and see where it is in relation to the EMAs. Currently S1. I've yet to sort of really get my head around what these are. Apologies, I'm my memory is useless, but I think that means we are approaching it. We're above it. But let's have a look. So we're either 15 pips below, 13 pips below, or 13 pips above on GCAD. And then we can look at this sell zone, H4 sell zone is not great. And remember, as I said to you on that EU example, I want to see one green, and then sky blue. Or I want to see like a CAD, actually, that's a short position, sell, and a new sell. So let's go and have a look at ACAD, actually. ACAD, yeah, that's good. This suggests 5 minute, suggests a little pullback going on. ACAD. Yeah, that's better. Strong downtrend. We're below demand here now. As it said on the 5 minute, we're in a little bit of a bounce. So that's how, excuse me, I'm getting my head around the dashboard. So, and you will, you know, once you see this, the whole reason for these is because I've not found as yet a multi-time frame 3CR alert system. And this does the exact same job. Because we know if we're strong here, we've likely had 3CRs, especially if we had all 4 blocks killed or filled. In fact, this would be a good example. BTC, we know we will have had a D1 3CR, H4 3CR, H1 3CR, and so on and so forth. And at the moment, we are just in a little pullback situation. So if we go back and have a look at our BTC dashboard, we will find we've had a strong move, no doubt. We're up by R1, yep. BTC, yep, buy zone, and we're pulling back on M15. Neutral above means it's above the middle line, which is in this instance the 20 EMA, I think. Not worried about that one. And BTC, we've already done that one. So we can go and have a look at, we can use this to open a chart for BTC, actually. This is great. This is another reason that I've discarded the old ADR dashboard and moved towards this one. So yeah, M15, we talked about it being in a pullback, which agrees with all of this. Strong move to the upside. So we can see momentum is dropping off, so not very interesting on this one. Remember, I always want to be looking for trades as near to the dragon crossover as possible. That goes for stocks as well. Looking forward to looking at stocks later. But if we look at add the Bollingers again, even this is the beauty of the Bollingers. Okay, even when you're right by the dragon, you will still be right in that Bollinger zone. Okay, the buy zone, and 3CRs all over the place. Do you understand now? People probably criticize me for too many indicators, but once you understand what they are telling you, you know that's a buy, that's a buy. The Bollingers would have been a buy. It just seems the most obvious thing in my entire life, as it were. Can clearly see what's wrong with the M15 on this now. Nowhere near the buy zone, sitting on the middle Bollinger. So and we will have 3CR down. You know, all of these things. The 3CR is what we do. Everything else is in order to complement it. Okay, sorry, I've banged on a little bit now. So, but hopefully now you can understand. Oh, one last thing. So I'll show you what all these dashes are. Don't ask for me a template. I don't share templates. I think you need to go and do the work yourself. Work out how to set these up and so on and so forth. So quickly. Double Bollinger Band. All of these are on FX free and they're all on Forex Factory. And also you'll find links in the pinned tweet on my Twitter feed, Best Forex Method. So double Bollinger Band, that is that one, the middle one. Multi-pair pivot scanner, that's this one. And I like it because it tells me when things are getting overextended. So no doubt I think we'll see ETH and BTC potentially up at R2, R3 later. Excuse me. Currency strength, well that's the good old die hard. It's always useful because, you know, I found that CAD yen long by this. So CAD strong, yen weak, then I start to drill down on all of these things. And then the RSI multimeter, that's that one there. So I'm not going to show you the settings. You can play with the settings yourself. You can do this yourselves. You've been given the indicators, them Forex Factory. So all of them are on Forex Factory and are free. So go to it, do your work. But these are helping enormously. I've found 5 or 6 trades over the last week or so easily. Couple this morning. CAD yen, I would never have taken that without having the dashboard on here because I'm too lazy to flick between all the charts. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.